The holographic chamber of the Galactic Council flickered with tension. As Ambassador Lisa stood before the assembled rulers of 17 star systems, her hands were clasped behind her back, her expression carved from stone. The ornate chamber, built from crystallized starlight and floating in the void between dimensions, had witnessed countless treaties and agreements over millennia. Today, it would witness something different. The Terran Federation withdraws from these proceedings, Lisa announced, her voice cutting through the chamber like a blade through silk. The announcement sent ripples of what might have been amusement through the alien dignitaries. Counselor Jothic, a being of pure energy contained within a prismatic shell, pulsed with what his species considered laughter. You cannot be serious, human. Jothic's voice resonated. Your species holds no leverage here. You are newcomers to the galactic stage. Primitive mammals who only recently discovered faster-than-light travel. Lisa's jaw tightened, but she maintained her composure. Behind her, standing like a sentinel carved from granite, was Vin Diesel, commander of Earth's first deep space tactical fleet. His presence alone had made several of the council members uncomfortable. Humans had a reputation, one that the council had consistently dismissed as exaggeration. We came here in good faith, Lisa continued, seeking peaceful integration into the galactic community. For 6 months, we have endured your condescension, your impossible demands, and your deliberate insults. You have demanded we surrender our military capabilities, cede our outer colonies, and accept second-class citizenship under your guidance you desperately need, interjected High Magistrate Urin, her four eyes blinking in sequence. Your species is chaos incarnate. You wage war upon yourselves. You consume your own world's resources without thought for tomorrow. You are children playing with fusion torches. Vin Diesel stepped forward, and the temperature in the room seemed to drop. His voice, when he spoke, carried the weight of certainty. Children who unified an entire planet in one generation when faced with extinction. Children who turned Mars from a dead rock into a garden world in 30 years. Children who built a fleet capable of crossing the galaxy while you sat here, fat and comfortable, believing yourselves untouchable. The council chamber erupted in outraged chattering, clicks, and harmonics. Counselor Jothic's form blazed brighter. You dare threaten this council? You, who number barely 12 billion souls across 3 systems. We command trillions across hundreds of worlds. Our fleets could reduce Earth to cosmic dust with a single command. Lisa smiled then, and it was not a pleasant expression. You're absolutely right. You could destroy Earth. You have the numbers, the weapons, the ancient technology. But you've made a fundamental miscalculation about humanity. She gestured, and a hologram appeared in the center of the chamber, a star map showing human territory. It was insignificant, a tiny cluster compared to the vast holdings of the council members. You see weakness, Lisa said quietly. You see a small species that should be grateful for your mercy. You never asked yourselves why a species that reached the stars only 80 years ago was even invited to these talks. The chamber fell silent. High Magistrate Urin leaned forward. What are you implying? Vin Diesel's smile was predatory. She's implying that you're afraid. See, we've been monitoring your communications, your fleet movements. You've been repositioning battle groups, reinforcing border stations, all while telling us we're insignificant. We did our homework on you, on all of you. The hologram shifted, showing historical records, wars, conflicts, territorial disputes spanning millennia. In 10,000 years of galactic civilization, Lisa continued, the Council has fought exactly 3 major wars. Your species evolved in peace, developed your technologies over countless generations of stability. War for you is a calculated affair, economic warfare, political maneuvering, the occasional border skirmish, and this is meant to shame us? Jothic demanded. We have evolved beyond your barbarism. No, Lisa said softly. You've grown soft. Humanity spent 10,000 years perfecting the art of killing each other. We fought with sticks and stones, then bronze and iron, then gunpowder and nuclear fire. We've had more wars in our recorded history than your entire council combined. We've faced extinction a dozen times and clawed our way back every single time. She paused, letting her words sink in. You wanted to know why you're afraid. It's because you looked at our history and realized what we're capable of. You saw what we do to each other, to ourselves, and you understood what we could do to you if we decided you were the enemy. High Magistrate Urin's scales had paled to a sickly gray. You would start a war you cannot win? Vin Diesel stepped beside Lisa, his arms crossed. We don't need to win. We just need to make victory so costly that you'll bleed for generations. How many of your ships are you willing to lose? How many of your perfect worlds are you willing to see burned? Because we'll make you pay for every inch of space, every human life, in blood and fire and screaming metal. He leaned forward, and his voice dropped to a whisper that somehow filled the chamber. You think you know war because you've studied it, simulated it, played at it in your academic circles. We are war. It's written into our DNA, carved into our bones by millennia of survival. And the worst part? We're good at it. Terrifyingly good. The silence that followed was absolute. The council members looked at each other, their earlier confidence evaporating like morning mist. Lisa straightened her jacket. Earth withdraws from these peace talks. We will return to our territory, and we will defend it. We came here hoping for friends, for allies, for a place among the stars as equals. Instead, you offered us chains dressed up as cooperation. So now you have a choice: treat with us as equals when we meet again, or learn firsthand why humanity's greatest achievement wasn't reaching the stars, it was surviving ourselves long enough to do it. She turned to leave, Vin Diesel falling into step beside her. As they reached the chamber's exit, Counselor Jothik's voice called out, smaller now, uncertain. What happens now? Lisa looked back over her shoulder. Now you realize that the greatest mistake in galactic history wasn't inviting humanity to the table. It was forcing us to leave it. The doors sealed behind them with a soft hiss, leaving the Galactic Council in stunned silence, finally understanding the old Earth saying, you don't poke the bear unless you're prepared for what comes next. And humanity, they realized too late, was a den of bears that had just been poked awake.